Today we are on a mission to transform your financial future. If you ever felt like you are one paycheck away from a meltdown, or if the emotional roller coaster of today's economy makes you a little uncomfortable or sick, well, it's time to buckle up. We're diving into the world of financial stability, a treasure map that leads to a peace of mind, and a wallet that doesn't lead to panic attacks. In this video, we're going to discuss 5 different ways that you can actually achieve financial stability, from crafting a budget that actually sticks to forging income streams that even makes you money while you're asleep. We got you covered. So no matter what type of things you're interested in, whether you're saving for a trip or for a home or for financial security or even for retirement, we got you covered. Get ready to master your money with the strategies that we're about to discuss. Let's get into it. Before we get started with this video, go ahead and like this video and smash that notification bell so you will be notified the next time I load a video. Also to share some great information with your friends and family. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go ahead and get into it. First on our list is create a budget and stick to it. Creating a budget is one thing, but sticking to it is a whole different ball game. It's not very difficult. In fact, it's very simple to do if you employ the following types of things while sticking to your budget. You want to track your spending during this time. You want to keep a record of all your expenses to ensure that you are fully aware of what it is that you're spending your money on and how much you are spending. Set some realistic expectations and goals. You have to be realistic when you're setting your goals as it pertains to your budget. You want to make sure that your budget is based on your income and your expenses. You don't want to just create a budget based on what you would like to have or the money you want to make. No, we want to create a budget today on the monies that you have coming into your home and all those expenses. And I mean all of those expenses that you have going out. Make sure you're prioritizing your needs over your wants. We all have wants, but the reality is that we have to be able to categorize those needs versus those wants. All of your needs, those necessities, are the things that you must have today in order to operate, in order to exist in this environment. So you want to make sure that you're getting your needs, but not so much your wants. You want to review that budget that you've established regularly. Don't create it and put it away, shelf it or anything. No, you want to review it every so often to ensure that you are sticking to your budget and that you haven't deviated from it. And you can fine tune things as needed while reviewing. In order to accomplish creating a budget and sticking to it, you want to make sure that you're using apps and spreadsheets, those tools that are necessary in order to track and trend. This will help you stay organized as you move throughout this process. Strategy number 2 is build an emergency fund. As long as you are living life, things are going to happen. You want to make sure that you are planning for it by building this emergency fund. In order to do so, start small. You don't have to start with a whole lot, but you want to begin by saving a small, manageable amount. This was something that's achievable, and you want to do this every paycheck. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, as I stated, but definitely consistently save a small amount. Make sure you are also leveraging the automatic savings option within your financial institution. You can easily sign up for it, and they will allocate X amount of dollars to that account every time you get paid or however often you choose to allocate those monies. But it's easy to do and it's the best thing to do because it removes the manual process in saving money. Cutting back on those non-essentials will also be very helpful for building this emergency budget. Anything that is not a necessity, you want to make sure that you cut it out as much as possible. I know that you can't live under a rock or in a world where you don't do some things, but you want to make sure that you're only doing a small amount of those activities if it costs you a lot of money. Make sure that you have an incremental goal as it pertains to your fund. So start off by saying, I'm going to save $500. And you work towards saving it over a period of time. Once you get to the $500 and say, well, I'm going to save $1,000. So then you get to that point, and so on and so forth. But you get the point. You want to make sure that you have established an incremental amount, and once you reach that, you want to raise the bar. Your third strategy, you want to eliminate high interest debt. I know that this may be a bit daunting for some of you guys, but there are a few things that you can do, like prioritizing your debt. You want to list all your debt and the interest rate on a spreadsheet or a document. You want to make sure that you start paying towards the higher interest debt. While you're paying the highest interest debt or the highest interest cards, you want to make sure that you're at least making the minimum payments on all of your other debt to ensure that your credit is not negatively impacted. It is also a good idea, if you have the opportunity or you have the money, to make extra payments. If you're making more than the minimum payments on your debts, there's great likelihood that you will pay the debt off sooner. I'm not telling you to double the payments on all of your credit cards, but what I am saying is that if you have the ability to pay more on your cards, it definitely will help you by making those extra payments. Another way you can eliminate those high interest cards or debt, you can consolidate your debt. Maybe paying one payment per month would be advantageous. Also, not to mention that sometimes if you have a lot of debt and you're credit worthy, you can actually secure a loan at a much lower interest rate to pay all of those debts after consolidation. Another cool way to actually eliminate that high interest debt is to avoid getting more debt. Make sure that you're not getting any new debt as you are paying off this debt. And the final thing that will be very helpful is negotiating those interest rates. You have the ability to negotiate your interest rates, but you have to do it. You have to pick up the phone, call your creditors and say, hey, this is what's going on. I cannot pay this interest rate anymore. And be honest with them and tell them what you're willing to pay or your ability to pay, and see if they will work with you in that regard. It can be done. Your fourth strategy is diversify your income streams. One of the ways you can diversify is actually assessing your skills and resources. You can always start a side business if you are good at something or you have a desire to do something else. By all means, start that side business. That will help you tremendously, especially if it has low overhead. Also consider investing in areas where you can get some passive income, where you can actually invest a small amount and get some income. That will be very helpful. You can always just get a part-time job or do some freelance work. That will increase your income as well. And do not stop learning. Make sure you're learning and you keep updating your skills and acquiring new skills. Those skills that you are acquiring could be used to help bring you additional streams of income in the future. Your fifth strategy is invest for the long term. Start investing as soon as you can, guys. Make sure that you're benefiting from the compounding interest as well. Understand your investment options. Make sure that you're researching the stocks, the bonds, the mutual funds, the ETFs, all things financial. Make sure that you are researching. You want to maximize those contributions of your investment or retirement accounts, your 401ks, your 403b, as well as receiving the contribution of your employer. Do a risk assessment. Make sure you understand your risk tolerance as it pertains to all of your investments, and make sure that you're consistently investing in your investments. By following these steps, guys, it will help you build a solid financial foundation, mitigate your risk, and move towards a stable financial future. Hope that this video has been very helpful for you. Please like and share this information with your friends and family. Until next time.